You're too old to dance, aren't you? But there's nothing too old about trying something like a mechanical bull, right? I mean, maybe I could give it a shot first. Just saying, mechanical bulls are usually for drunk chicks at the county fair. Y'all are ruining this for me. Shut up. Yellowstone might have reached its conclusion, but the legacy of the show is far from over. The franchise continues to grow, with multiple sequels on the horizon, each exploring new and exciting narratives within the universe. Among these projects, the most anticipated is undoubtedly the one centered around Beth and Rip, the iconic power couple whose fiery chemistry and unshakable bond became the heartbeat of Yellowstone. Their story was a cornerstone of the original series, and fans are eager to see what their next chapter holds. The great news? They won't be embarking on this journey alone. Instead, they'll be building a brand new life together, filled with challenges and opportunities as they establish their own ranch away from the chaos of the Dutton family's Yellowstone. As many fans already know, Carter, their adopted son figure, is set to join them in this new adventure. Recent updates have also hinted at the return of Lloyd, the seasoned and steadfast ranch hand beloved by viewers. For those who have been watching Yellowstone from the very beginning, Lloyd may not have had the largest role in terms of screen time, but his presence was deeply felt. He was one of the characters who brought an unparalleled depth to the series, embodying the essence of the rugged, raw, and authentic cowboy spirit that the ranch itself seemed to represent. His quiet strength and loyalty became a touchstone for what Yellowstone stood for. Lloyd's journey throughout the series was rooted in his role as the seasoned ranch hand, a character who seemed to exist outside the intricate power struggles that defined the Dutton family. While others schemed, fought, and vied for dominance, Lloyd remained a constant, a grounding force amid the chaos. It's this understated presence that made his character so compelling. Every time he spoke, it felt as though he was voicing the thoughts of the land itself, timeless, steady, and wise. Lloyd's life was intricately tied to Yellowstone. It was more than just a job for him, it was his identity, his home, and the only life he truly understood. That said, Lloyd wasn't always easy to root for. His temper sometimes got the better of him, like during his feud with Walker, which spiraled out of control. What was that even about? That scene completely changed my perspective of Lloyd, and I couldn't look at him the same way afterward. Still, I can't deny his importance to the franchise. His inclusion in the upcoming sequel makes perfect sense. One of the most beautiful parts of Lloyd's story was his relationship with Rip. Watching their bond evolve showed a rare and unspoken respect. Rip trusted Lloyd, and Lloyd trusted Rip. They always had each other's backs. Remember when Rip offered Lloyd a spot at his new ranch in Dillon during Season 5? That moment was everything. It felt like a promise that their story wasn't over, even if Yellowstone was. However, Rip's trust in Lloyd wasn't blind. He held him accountable, like during the Walker conflict, and that made their relationship even more meaningful. In my eyes, Rip and Lloyd are inseparable partners in crime. This makes Lloyd's inclusion in the sequel even more crucial. Am I the only one who can't stop wondering where Lloyd's story will go next? As much as we're all excited about the future of the Yellowstone franchise, it's hard to ignore the lingering questions about Lloyd's place in it. Thankfully, recent reports suggest that Taylor Sheridan has found the perfect opportunity to give Lloyd the chance to shine once again, likely in the upcoming sequel centered around Beth and Rip. After all, Rip made his feelings crystal clear during the Season 5 finale, stating that Lloyd and Carter were the only people he wanted by his side as he embarked on this new chapter of his life. This was a pivotal moment that not only affirmed their bond but also set the stage for their involvement in the future of the series. That being said, Lloyd's return is bound to stir up some complex dynamics. As much as his presence brings a sense of familiarity and comfort, it also opens the door to potential conflict. After all, the new ranch is not the Yellowstone that Lloyd knew and loved. It's a fresh start, a completely different environment where the rules and the lifestyle might not be the same. It will be fascinating to see if Lloyd struggles to adapt to these changes or if he'll hold tight to his old ways, creating tension as he tries to navigate this new chapter while grappling with the fact that the world around him is evolving. Regardless of the challenges, Lloyd's inclusion will undoubtedly serve as a link to the past and offer fans the continuity and grounding they need as the series moves forward. In addition to the shifting dynamics, there's one lingering mystery that fans have long been curious about: Lloyd's name change. How did he go from Lloyd Pierce to Lloyd Bridger? Was this a purposeful choice by Sheridan, or did he simply forget the character's original last name? Perhaps we'll finally get some insight into this baffling name change, which could provide some deeper context into Lloyd's backstory. Who knows, maybe there's an interesting story behind that decision, waiting to be revealed in the upcoming spin-off. By the way, did you know that Forey J. Smith, the actor who brings Lloyd to life, has a fascinating personal history that mirrors much of his character? Smith was raised on a ranch in Montana, where he developed the cowboy spirit that has defined his portrayal of Lloyd. His early experiences in rodeos and ranch life give him an authenticity that truly shines through on screen. Before becoming the beloved ranch hand we know today, Forey began his Hollywood career as a stuntman, working on iconic films like Rambo 3. This background in stunts only further adds to the raw, believable energy he brings to his role. However, like many public figures, Forey Smith has become a polarizing personality. His outspoken views, from his anti-vaccination stance to his controversial comments on education policies, have made headlines and sparked heated debates. While I personally don't agree with many of his opinions, there's no denying that his unapologetic attitude contributes to his portrayal of Lloyd. It's that same fearless, no-nonsense persona that has made Lloyd such a compelling character. Smith's ability to remain authentic, despite his polarizing views, has only added to the complexity of the character, making him even more interesting and multi-dimensional. What are your thoughts on Forey J. Smith and his portrayal of Lloyd? Do you find yourself appreciating the raw energy he brings to the role, or are there aspects of his character that don't sit well with you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. When I look back at Lloyd's journey, it becomes incredibly clear that he was never just a side character or a minor player in the background. He was the backbone of the ranch, the steady force that held everything together, even when he wasn't in the spotlight. Whether he was holding the line in moments of crisis or simply offering his wisdom when needed, Lloyd's influence on the Dutton family and the ranch itself was undeniable. It's for this reason that I sincerely hope the spin-off series gives him the recognition and focus he truly deserves. Lloyd's story is far from over, and it's about time we get a deeper exploration of his character. Wouldn't it be amazing to see a few episodes dedicated to Lloyd's backstory? There's so much we don't know about this character, from how he came to be a part of Yellowstone to what really shaped him into the man he is today. I truly believe he's deserving of the spotlight, and I'm eager to see how his story continues to unfold. Wouldn't it be amazing to see episodes diving into his past? Maybe we'd learn how he ended up with the Yellowstone brand on his chest. I'd also love to see more of his bond with Carter, especially if Rip and Beth start a family of their own. What do you expect to see in the new spin-off series, especially regarding Lloyd? Let me know in the comments. For more updates on the Yellowstone franchise, make sure to like and follow.